everyone. I'm starting week 3. Wait, no, I'm starting week 4. I've been, surgery was 3 weeks ago today, December 6th. So glad that's over. Um, if you saw my last video, you know I was battling a lot of infection and rash, and it's been tough, but the infection's almost totally gone, and the rash it's getting there. I still scratch a lot at night on my arms, and it's just, I don't know if there's not really a rash there, so I don't know if it's more that I'm trying to avoid scratching my stomach. I don't know. But anyway, my weight today is 258. So I believe last week it was, oh no, I'm sorry, it's 248. And last week it was 256, I think. So I went into the hospital at 270 3 weeks ago. I left the hospital at 289, and now I'm at 248. So I'm pretty pleased. I kind of wish it was a couple more pounds. I go back to work next Thursday. So I'm kind of hoping I lose at least 10 more pounds by then, which I know is going to be tough, but I'm starting to exercise this week. So hopefully I will get under the 240s because that would be pretty awesome for me. I had an okay Christmas. I dealt with a lot of getting sick because I think the 2 days before Christmas, it was my friend's birthday, and so we went out to eat. We went to a place where you can grill your own food, and I'm completely allowed to have fish. So I took a piece of plain white fish, grilled it, and I think my biggest mistake there was I put teriyaki sauce on it. And I read later how bad teriyaki sauce is. But I took like literally 3 tiny little bites and 1 really small bite of macaroni and cheese, which I know is a big no-no. And I definitely paid for it. I was sick as a dog. I had to walk out of the restaurant, and I just kind of walked back and forth in front, feeling like I was going to die. It was like it was just stuck. It was stuck right here, and oh my gosh. I wish I could have thrown up because I think that would have made me feel a lot better. But instead, my body wouldn't let me throw up, and I'm not good at throwing up, so I'm not good at making myself throw up. So I just sort of stood out there in pain, feeling like if it got much worse, I would probably end up in urgent care because it was bad, and it was the first time I really experienced it. Not the last though. And then it kept making me, it was weird. I've read other people have had like froth and like foamies coming up. Well, for me, it just was a lot of saliva, so I had to spit a bunch to get it out. It took about 20 to 40 minutes and I started to feel better, but it was horrible because I was out, and obviously when you feel that way, you'd rather be at home, so you're in a controlled environment. It was very uncomfortable, very somewhat embarrassing, and I felt bad for my friend. It was her birthday. But, it happens. And then, the next couple days were really rough because Christmas is hard. There's junk all over the place. And I tried really hard not to have a lot of junk around this time. But, I have a kid. He's 9. And you have to have some of that stuff around. So I did pretty well. Like, I made him pancakes, and I took literally like a pinch of a pancake just so I could have the flavor. But, like, so little it basically melted in my mouth and there was nothing there. I also did that with a couple of cookies. And I figured out I can eat M&Ms without a lot of problem, a couple M&Ms, so that is bad, 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 bad. I'm going to stop that. I've never had more than 3, though, at a time, and I probably haven't had more than 10 total, but it's just a bad thing to know that I can have a couple M&Ms because they're really strong flavoring for me right now. The chocolate is intensified by like 1,000 from before the surgery, so it's not that I dislike it, but it's just really good. So I definitely need to work on that and stop doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go throw those away in a minute. Um, I bought them for a recipe I made for my son, and obviously there was just some left. Christmas Day, I made the mistake of having a healthy breakfast. I think I had yogurt, and then I had a glass of milk, and I really wanted another glass of milk. Big mistake. I didn't recognize that my pouch was full. I still am having trouble recognizing when I'm super full. I mean, I knew I wasn't super hungry, but I just really wanted something because everybody around me was eating junk, and I was refraining. So I wanted more milk. I just want a little bit of milk, and so I had a glass. Big mistake. I ended up walking outside, and it felt like it was stuck, but obviously it was a liquid, so it wasn't stuck. It just made me sick, and I did vomit the milk. So I haven't had milk for a few days since then now because I'm kind of grossed out by it. Christmas morning or day after Christmas, I had a little bit of ham and cheese, which I'm allowed both. and I did have a little cracker with it. And I don't know what made me sick. I'm assuming it was the cracker, or maybe I ate too big of a bite, but that again made me sick. So I'm 3 weeks out. I'm just still trying to figure out how to basically recognize what my pouch can handle. Not having an easy time of it. And then trying to get in all the liquids and the pills, and it's just, let me tell you, if you haven't had the surgery yet, that is going to be your hardest thing. Getting in the proteins, getting in, because you have to have 60 to 80 grams, at least my doctor says. So some other people are telling me they're supposed to get over 100. I don't know how the hell they do that, because I'm getting 60 to 80 and I'm struggling with that. I think I've shown you guys, but I've gotten to a point now where even though I hate these, I can kind of drink them really fast. So I'm working on that because I have so many of those left that I need to just get them down and then look at other options. I don't know if any of you are on dailystrength.com, but that has been a tremendous resource for me, and I recommend anyone who's going to have this procedure having an outside support group as well as an online support group. And I don't know, I ask any question, and I'm sure some people get annoyed because they're questions that are asked over and over again, but it's just awesome because people will pitch in and answer them, and so it's really great. So I don't have a lot else to report. I'm glad I'm over the holiday for the most part. I'm going out of town this week to Tucson, and that will be challenging, but I'm going to, really good family members, and I think they're very supportive of me, and so I think it'll be easier than I'm anticipating. So I will again report next week. I'm still trying to figure out the picture thing, so I'd love to share with you some pictures of the nasty rash. Don't use a heating pad after surgery. My surgeon told me that if my muscles were aching to use to use a heating pad. I'm assuming I used it too soon, but she never clarified that. And so I used it when the incisions were still kind of open. And so I blame that for the infection I got. And I'm kind of annoyed that she told me to use a heating pad because it just didn't make a lot of sense. But of course, in my pain, I was like, I just want to be out of pain, and so I put it on there and created a lot more pain. Don't use a heating pad right after surgery. Um, but yeah, I've already sold my recliner. Best thing I bought for the procedure. I was able to stretch my whole stomach out, and the incisions I think healed a lot quicker and better because mine are almost perfect. Um, but I think that's all. I guess I could show you. No, I don't want to show you my incision. But or incisions. 3 of them you can barely even see now. They're kind of just pink and fading. There's 2 that still have the big old scab, and I think those are the 2 bigger sites where they put the bigger tools in. Um, and again, if you watch those graphic videos, I'm sorry, those were nasty. But anyway, I'm going to go for now. I'll talk to you next Monday. Have a great week. Happy New Year. Bye.